You're welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily, and time now to look at some issues making news in our country. I have here with me the editor for the Herald newspaper, Larry Dogbe. Hi, Larry.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And of course, Elvis Dako is the editor for the Finder. Hi, Elvis.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, so there are quite a number of issues, the one that we've all been following, developing one at that. So we'll be looking at that later. But before that, yesterday there was a disturbing video that came out. We've constantly been talking about violence in our schools, especially the senior high schools. And yesterday what we received was very, very unpleasant, something very, very worrying and concerning. There is a video that came from the Adisadel College, and it is very, very disturbing. Please be informed that viewer discretion is advised. We'll take a look at this video and then come back and talk about this.
Oh,
My son, you do that. Okay. Okay.
hey, you're coming, Kuno. Hey, hit him. Dog.
Come my son.
Sean.
I'll be fair.
Hey,
Bobby.
Bobby, do yawa. Hey, Bossy. Oh, come on, whatever you know, Bossy.
Let the son finish, boy. Can't take your pretty phone. I'm ready now. Take the cell choke.
Oh,
My son, you do that. Okay. Okay.
hey, you're coming, Kuno. Hey, hit him. Dog.
Come my son.
Sean.
I'll be fair.
Hey,
Bobby.
Bobby, do yawa. Hey, Bossy. Oh, come on, whatever you know, Bossy.
Let the son finish, boy. Can't take your pretty phone. I'm ready now.
Right, so this is a video that was actually shared and gone viral on social media. I don't know what these students were thinking, and why are we even still recording these kind of violence on our campuses? Now, there are some statements that have come in. I'll take one that has come from Adisadel College itself, and it says that relief from position as housemaster. I regret to inform you that you have been relieved from your position as quick housemaster with immediate effect. You may be reinstated as a housemaster based on the outcome of the investigations. You did not deliver as expected of you as housemaster as far as the video is concerned. This is a statement coming from the school signed by Samuel Kofi Gudugu. That's the headmaster of the school. Now, there's another statement also coming from the Ghana Education Service, and it reads, viral video of violence involving students of Adisadel College. The attention of the management of Ghana Education Service has been drawn to a disturbing video of assault involving two students of Adisadel College being circulated on social media. Management is deeply concerned and condemns this barbaric act of violence in our schools. We applaud the school authorities for taking swift action to suspend the culprit pending further investigation. Management has directed the Regional Director of Education to liaise with the school authorities and the relevant law enforcement agency to investigate for appropriate action. Now, Ghana Education Service assures the general public that we are taking this matter very seriously and are committed to ensuring a safe and secure learning environment for all students across the country. Signed, Cassandra Chum Ampofo, Head Public Relations Unit. So, there are some punitive measures, actions that have been taken by the school. So we'll also take a look at that following the release of this video. Now, the report is coming from the headmaster through the PTA chairman, and it says the culprit. Now, then the culprit and the one who took the video will also comes. Okay, so they are facing disciplinary committee. The incident happened on 30th June 2023. The boys decided to hide it, that is the whole act, until the video came out. Even the victim himself, reasons why the victim too is being punished, because he did not go and report and also try to cover up the issue. Now, the two of them, we are sending one, the culprit, home. He will not write the exams here on campus. He has to go to YX Center to do so. The victim is also going home, but he will have to come and write the exams with parental escort. The one who did the video and sent it viral will be suspended externally 1 week, come back and do internal work for 1 week and bring the phone, else he will also be sanctioned. The others who were there but did nothing, didn't report, will also do internal punishment. The housemaster and his team will be suspended immediately pending the outcome of this video that is by GAS Investigations. So this is where we are. So you can see right there on your screen a very violent act, you know, and filmed. The boldness that these young people have these days is mind-boggling, you know. So you record this and then post on social media. So this is where we are. The head housemaster has been suspended and the culprit as well. Going home, they'll have to come write their exam, you know, from WAEC, and the culprit for not also going out to report. Those who also stood aloof, did nothing about it, they will also be punished as well. Larry, let me come to you. This is what we are seeing on our campuses, young people engaging freely in violent acts and being bold and brave enough to record and post it.
Yeah, I couldn't watch it initially, but when I mastered the courage and did, I was scandalized because first of all, you think that you had gone to school to learn, okay, and I mean it's human, you know, institution, so there will be, you know, conflicts or strife here and there, but to go to that extent of inflicting that degree of injury on your colleague, your junior for that matter, whom you are supposed to, as a senior, you should be protecting.
Exactly.
I mean, what would get you to do this?
But really, you know, is it that people are, or young people are no longer afraid? Because, you know, back then, there's a level to the kind of jokes or punishment you can make out to a junior. But to physically assault somebody, bang their head.
This is not punishment.
No.
Listen, I went to a boys' school.
Yes.
And we've witnessed some of these things before, okay? Sometimes the worst form of it. I mean, the luck we have in this particular case is that it was recorded.
Yeah.
Okay, but for the recording, we wouldn't have, you know, gotten to know about it. And then there's this public uproar, and the school authorities would now have to come in, and then suspension here, you know. Yes, suspension here and there, demotion there, and all that. Now, it's bad. I don't know what to say, but we need to be each other's, you know, keeper. Now, school authorities are supposed to have guidance and counseling, you know, department. That some of these things, when they do happen, a student will go out there and then go and report to this particular department. I don't think Adisadel College has a thing like that. But if it doesn't, then this is the time where they have to put in place something of a sort. Or the GES wouldn't also have to be, you know, be issuing just the statements, but would ensure that some of these things are put in place and get the authorities to always encourage students, either as a victim or somebody who witnessed something like that, to report it to the authority. You remember we used to call something choking.
Yes.
So to go and choke. So, you know, I mean, people should be encouraged to go and choke. Okay, it connotes choking connotes negativity, but just report, because it could happen to you or it could happen to a friend of yours. This was an injury to the head.
Yes, and banging somebody.
Exactly. On the bed, on a you know, you're on a metal bed. Wow, why would you do that? A young boy, this is a bully.
Terrible one.
First grade bully.
No, but Elvis, you know, Larry is just talking about the fact that if there are no counseling units, but sometimes the difficulty is the counseling units are there, but you know, we all live in the dormitories and in the houses. So if you decide to go and choke, you will go and come back and meet us. So sometimes out of fear, these young people are not able to, you know, go all out to go and report because they fear the majority will be against them. And unfortunately, for not being able to go and report, he also has to suffer some punishment. I don't know what to make of this.
See, I've always said that sometimes we hide under, oh, it's a school, so they should use internal discipline. See, this young guy shouldn't go to it, should go to criminal prosecution because it's an assault on the young man. This is not normal school punishment, or go and sweep, or go and weed, or do
kneel
this.
down,
no,
those kind of stuff.
this is a serious assault on another person, and therefore it should not be left to the school to handle. It should go beyond the school to criminal prosecution. See, because we let schools handle these things, it has become like normal. Oh, you go to some 2 weeks punishment, so you are free, you write exams.
Teachers could slap you,
So we allow this kind of assault in the system, and then the school will use internal procedures and deal with it. And then, so you see, the punishment is not enough, so people will still repeat it. But if we allow criminal prosecution to take course in this case, then people will know that, look, there are certain things where you do it, even in the school, you will be prosecuted.
Yeah.
But when we allow these things to go through normal school scrutiny, and then we just punish 2 weeks, like what they are saying there, excuse me to say, I don't want to use certain words, but I don't think that that's the best approach to this. Because
GS says they're investigating.
This is even GS investigation. GS one of it. It's police which should be doing the investigation. This is an assault. This is a criminal case. Why is GS? Is GS the police?
Yeah. Because
so,
if the senior is, for instance, 18 years old, he is an adult.
Even if it's not 18, that's why we have the junior correctional center. That's why we have a junior correctional center. So see, we should begin to let people understand that there are consequences for your actions, okay? Yeah. So we have allowed school systems to cover up these things by saying we have used internal disciplinary measures, and then we just do it and cover it up and the people go. So it will keep, but if a person is prosecuted criminally, every student will know that, hey, there are certain things, if you do it, it's beyond the school's authority, and that you will be dealt with. So that's one thing. This, you see, if they have a counselor or whatever reporting it, it means the students don't trust it. Okay?
Yeah.
Now you are threatening the guy who recorded this that he'll be suspended. This is why the students will not go and report. Okay? If this guy had not recorded this, how will the public get to know? This happened on 30th of June. Today's date is what?
Well, it's
25th.
Yeah.
This video came out yesterday, 24th. Almost a month. So if not for the recording by this gentleman, how would the school itself get to? The school got to know because the thing hit social media.
Yeah.
So they should, the idea to punish that young guy, they should dismiss that nonsense idea.
Now what about the
because
guy
the young man,
the
young man has not committed any crime by recording this thing. We are all getting to know, the school itself is getting to know because of his recording.
But you recorded something. Why don't you approach the school authorities that this is what happened? Why are you sharing on social media?
Well, you see, that's what I'm telling you. The process of reporting is such that they don't have confidence in the system, so they can't go and report. Okay, as you are saying, probably if you go and report and you come, you are coming to the same dorm with your own colleagues, and they get to know that you are the one. Is there a process where I can report yet nobody will know that it is me? Okay, is there an anonymous way of getting this information? Authority, or I will go and report, then they will call the issue and say, I'm the one reported, so I'm the witness. I should come and testify and say I was there. If that's what will happen, there's no way I will go to the authorities, because we live in the dorm and we know what can happen if they get to know I'm the one who went to choke the other guy. So it's obvious that they should understand that even though it's a school, the reporting processes should have anonymous way of for students to be able to report certain issues. Because we are saying this is not about going to read. This is a serious assault, a criminal event. Yeah. And the one who recorded this probably even is scared that if the gentleman who committed this, I get to know that it's him, may even attack him.
Yeah.
But he knows that when he goes to the school authorities, it will come out that he's the one who did what? Who went and reported him. So obviously he cannot have the confidence to go to the authorities to go and report. So the school system should have a way students can report issues anonymously, so that they can, because this is a video. If there was an anonymous way of reporting it, there's no way the gentleman in the video can deny. You don't need the one who recorded to become a witness in this case. But in the school process, they will always call you that you are the one who came to report. So you come and testify that the thing actually happened. And if I know that this gentleman who is the one who committed this crime may even attack me if he gets to know that I'm the one who went to report. Why would I go and report? So I think I should find a way of creating system. Now there's technology. I just assuming the school has a WhatsApp line to the headmaster. That if there's something that you see, whether it's video, they just send it to that one.
But you know, another thing too is for the second cycle institutions, you are not even supposed
allowed
to bring
to go
your
with
phone.
phone.
So the guy who also recorded, how did you get that phone to record?
Yes.
You see, sometimes, certain things happen. And then you are even happy that, this particular thing got, even though it's illegal,
it has produced a result.
It's provided a result.
So must you not be punished for the illegality? We will deal with what you have done.
In this case, they are not telling us about why he carried the phone into the dormitory.
Yeah.
But then that he recorded a thing which they are grateful for.
Yeah.
But then he didn't submit the report or his video
to the authorities.
Yeah. So that is what we are dealing with. Do you get it? Now, my point is this. We now have two investigations happening.
Yeah.
What the school authorities are doing and what GES is promising us that they are going to do. Which one is more superior? I suspect that of GES is more superior. So then all these punishments that the school authorities are having to carry out, including even punishing the victim, is totally unnecessary. You get it? So what if, let's say, GES comes out and says that, listen, this whole, instead of this guy not writing the exams in the school, we think that he should write the exam.
So the victim will come back and write his exam in school.
Yes, but then the bully
can't.
I would like to know the nickname of the bully. He wouldn't come back.
Joe Bully.
Yeah, Joe Bully.
Yeah.
Now, I think that we should properly structure this whole thing.
Yeah.
What we are dealing with now is a knee-jerk reaction. Let's properly set up a committee, outsiders to have a thorough look at first the guidance and counseling, arrangement in the school, how freed, like he said, the students are to walk into that department to submit reports or report things that they have witnessed and so on, and whether or not the headmaster and all the school authorities are, how they approach students, of that nature.
In recent times, we've recorded such incidents, especially from the Ashanti region and other places. The Ashanti region ones are the very recent ones that we've recorded. Why is it so difficult? Like Elvis was saying, these are criminal acts. Now, if I am home and somebody comes to my home and do this to me, the first place I'll go to is the police. But it looks like when it happens within the four walls of a school, then we decide to, look at school guidelines and school punishment. Is it because authorities are concerned about protecting the image of their school and not really the acts, of violence and some of these indisciplined behaviors?
That's partly the case. That, the image of the school is at stake. Okay.
Yeah.
Then also, there's this thing where, back in school, for the first time, I'm having to be careful mentioning my school's name.
No, it's okay. Mention it.
I went to Housemater.
Okay.
And then Housemater College. Now, where you are told that, something, you just don't pass through the school, allow the school to pass through you.
Yeah.
Come on. It's not the list of things that a senior spanks you and then you are running to go and report to your housemaster. A senior gives you a tabo and then you are running. A senior knocks your head and then you...
Yeah.
But in there also are bullies.
Yeah.
And some of the things are actually assault.
Yeah.
Criminal assault. Pure and simple. And that, students will pass through some of those schools and live with, perpetual deformity.
Yes.
Deformity of the mind and deformity of, let's say, of body and all that. And so I think that GES will really not just issuing statements.
Yeah.
This is just something that had been recorded. So you and I are having to comment on it. How about those ones that go unrecorded and seen? Okay, I recall in Bielko in the 90s, a master slapped a colleague of mine and one other colleague quickly encouraged him to go to Pando town and report the matter to the police. Okay, it's become a joke that we talk,
share.
we share every now and then. But that was quite striking. That a colleague of ours would take another, mate and say that, listen, let's go to the police station and go and report the matter. So we're on campus one morning when, the police came and took Mr. So and so away.
Yeah.
And it was quite embarrassing. And it changed the whole environment, thereafter. Like he said, this guy has to be dealt with. But in dealing with him, I'm talking too much, I know. In dealing with him is where we should also make sure that they are able to make it back into society. Okay?
Yeah. They won't feel condemned.
Yes, because exactly, condemned and then stigmatized.
Yeah.
You get it? We've had colleagues who, for one reason, went through some of these things, and instead of society helping them to get back and be like, to reform and become good citizens, it's like going to prison and coming back and you are a hardened criminal rather, instead of being reformed. So let's see how we can police this whole thing.
Well, so I think that Elvis, for you, your case is made.
Yeah, you see, and unfortunately, even the GS and the Adisadel College are not even thinking about the young man's health. They didn't even talk about providing health care for the gentleman. That what is what went through, they even are asking that they should go to hospital, the school will take care of his bills to make sure that...
Maybe they couldn't say everything here.
No, they did not do anything like that. They are only interested in protecting the image of the school because the school's image is in the public as having... See, these are the way we are approaching. That's why we never get any permanent solution. You understand it? The gentleman was wounded. The first thing the school should be interested in how to get that gentleman medical attention and how to get even a clinical psychologist to help them in terms of some counseling and some of this. But what they are interested in rather to punish the victim is actually even being punished in this case. So you see, we'll just run this knee-jerk reaction and then cover the issue up and then we move on. Wait till another one happens. If you ask GES, where is the report of violence recorded in secondary schools for last year? There's no report. They can't find any. But the school system should have that kind of reporting system where at the end of the year, every school should say that these are the number of reports we've had during the year, so that it guides decision making, it guides policy makers to say, oh, okay, we are having problem with violence in the schools. These are the numbers that are coming up for the various schools and all that. Then you try and strategize about how to deal with this thing. But we'll not do anything like that that will make sure that there is checks and balances to address some of these issues. The only thing we care about, the way it happens like this, that we are all over the place shouting left and right. It doesn't have any... We are talking about a child taking phone to school. If there indeed the school station, somebody should be a school authority should be facing some questioning. Because I mean somebody has done his work. That's
why the housemaster, because he stays in the houses with them. That's why he has been asked to step aside.
So there are a lot of issues in this particular case that they shouldn't rush and cover it up. What they are doing is a cover up.
But
they have to say,
but they accuse the victim rather of a cover up.
Because he didn't go and report.
But they are rather trying to do a cover up so that they will protect the image of the school. What you read, they say it's on the school's PTA platform.
Chairman.
About the
headmaster through the
it's just
PTA chairman.
A way of trying to cover it up because they felt the school's image is in the public.
But on a more serious note, should we not pay attention, to reforming the students who come through? Because most of the time you are looking at grades. So we look at, Adisadel College, in the WAEC, we had 90% pass mark. We had this. But we are losing sight of the fact that people come from difficult backgrounds. There are, for instance, this Joe Bully probably comes from a home where this is how he's treated. And so he feels that if something goes wrong, the first thing is
that's what we've
fight.
already said, that if the
counseling
schools
sessions,
if GS make sure that the counseling sessions work, if GS make sure that there's an anonymous way of reporting, so that at the end of the day they know that we have recorded 1,000 cases of reports of violence in secondary schools across Ghana. Where are the hotspots? Where are these things really happening? Then you begin to have some data that will guide you as to what to do. But the question, ask GS whether they have any report of these things and what specific actions are being taken to address. It's not there. If this is even secondary school, go even to the universities. Even the universities, how many universities actually have this effective counseling units that are working? So you see, we have a problem, and this should be something that should become a point that we should start from. But the way we are acting, all we want to do is cover it up After that, so some people have been punished. So no, we have protected the image of the school, and that is it. But that is not the way to address such issues. Something happens, it becomes a point of focus to be able to start addressing something. So I think that the school might be interested in protecting their image, but GS should be interested in getting to the bottom of this and making sure that something is being done in the long term to be able to address some of these issues.
Right.
To add to that, you see, a lot of students are having to carry phones to school because of the free SHS thing, where parents are having to send their awards money or Momo so that they can use that to buy food and other
But
things.
is this
and so on.
approved?
No, it's not approved, but would you leave your son or your daughter hungry in school?
So would you allow your daughter or your son do something illegal so that they can be sacked or they can be suspended?
No, I'm talking relative
or
to
now the
phone.
parents are endorsing their wards to hide
It
the
is,
phones.
no, it's not like that.
It's not like
That's
that.
why there's a housemaster.
Yes.
If there's anything, you go to your housemaster, calls your parent, they will call back, whatever it is. Their phones, per GES rules, are not allowed. That's
Exactly.
why I'm saying
Yes.
that somebody has failed. If students are
Has
having this phone,
GES failed?
of course, but
Yeah,
it's
but
GS,
yeah.
but who has failed? It's GS. If GS was doing the right thing, is monitoring, getting reports, and getting to know what is happening, they would have taken remedial measures to avoid some of these things.
Yeah.
It's not about just jumping. We are going to, and then you hear in a week's time, this case will be no case in Ghana. And later, just the issue has been handled. Handled how? You see, so we should be able to see. As you said, students come to the school from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
And for this boy, for instance, probably he's coming from a place where this thing is normal.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a normal thing.
If you mess up, then we fight.
That you understand
Yeah.
it. So you need to understand the psyche. So that's why these kids, when they come, the school owes it a duty to help them. See, the education is supposed to help unearth your talent.
Yeah.
But in the process, they should be able to also help you psychologically, physically, mentally, to be able to know your weaknesses and strengths and help you out of it. See, a child may come from a violent home where he's spanked left and right every day. Okay, so if you spank him, it is normal.
Yeah.
When I was in JSS, our teacher, they beat us with a serious one. They can cane us very well. So for me, caning is a normal thing for me. Whether at home or in school, it's normal.
normal.
But if I get to such a different environment, it may not be a normal
It's
thing.
barbaric.
You understand it?
Yeah.
So at that point, I need to be taken to a process to understand. Even though this is how I have been brought up, it is not the right thing to do. I need to be taken to a certain process before I can understand.
You know,
because for me, it is normal for me for people to be caned seriously, sometimes with marks on your body.
Well, look at that.
Punishment.
You know, there's a woman who believes that if your man beats you, that is when you know they love you. So if you are coming from this kind of background, you know, you see fight as somebody even trying to show you love and exactly, you know. Can you imagine?
Creating a better tomorrow for you.
Can you imagine?
You know,
Anyway.
when you mentioned this, you know some of the nicknames that occurred to me.
Yeah.
We had seniors called Senior Bonyo, Senior Killer,
Can you imagine?
Senior Butcher.
Yes.
And these are
But they will punish you.
they're very wicked
And,
guys.
teachers even call them by their nicknames.
Oh, yes, because everyone they are the one
yeah.
issue the most difficult punishment to genius.
Can you imagine?
So all this system, we've lived with it for a long time. But if you want to reform the system, so it's not the right thing to do. GS has a major work to do to be able to reform the system. What is the policy direction of reforming the system? And how are we doing it? We don't wait for this thing to happen and we are running in the media. No, we should have a systemic process of dealing with it.
What was your nickname when you were on campus?
I didn't have one. You know, media, I always
I don't believe
I'm
that.
telling you, I've always stayed away from trouble. And I was one of the people who go and choke. Because I remember when I was in Form 1, some seniors really they use sponge, you know,
Which
to
school?
St. Monica's,
Oh, okay.
to beat
Good
us.
school.
The moment they finished, I went to it was around 8 p.m. I went to the headmistress' house. When I was going, I knew that when I come back, my troubles would be many. But I was so upset I had to go.
you had to go,
Anyway,
right.
so we will await the school authority at Adisadel College's investigation, the outcome of the investigation. I just hope that they will prove Elvis wrong, because he believes that at the end of the day, nothing really will happen. After 1 week, not much will be heard. But GS, we are waiting on you, because this shouldn't be one of those things. We really need something that would deter people moving on, because these cases are becoming one too many.